So let me tell you about this. My daughter's turning 15, and ever since I can recall, I said, my kid's going to have a single cab truck as their first vehicle. So went to go get a single cab truck. They don't exist. I wanted to recreate my dad's single cab truck. He put a camper shell on it. He made it look like a K5 Blazer. It was awesome. I wanted it when I was that age. He sold it when I was 13. I fell short. So what I did was I special ordered one. I ordered a red one. This was the truck that I wanted to recreate that my dad had that I missed out on. So I ordered a red one. It's like, hey, I'm gonna make this thing look old school. I'm gonna put a white stripe on it. I'm gonna do white wheels. I'm gonna make this thing awesome. So ordered one, took months, came in, and it was really, really ugly. Had big tow mirrors, had a chrome plate on the front nose, sat real low to the ground. So started in on it, replaced the mirrors, replaced the chrome tip on the front, put in a level kit, added 35-inch tires. 22s initially I painted white, and that was not the look I was going for. Took those off, ordered the old school bullet rims, had to add some spacers so it didn't rub, did the white stripe, and put on the camper shell with a bed rug. Also went in there and did a custom interior that I thought would look good with those colors, and it turned out awesome. So 2 reasons. One was I wanted to recreate in my dad's honor a truck that was classic to him. And then I wanted my daughter to have a truck to learn how to drive on. Just bigger than a car, felt like it was sturdier. If she were to get in an accident, she probably would not lose that one. And I wanted her to have a truck that I never had. So here's the story of that. And I hope y'all enjoyed. It just turned out really good. I want to recreate this truck that my dad used to own. It's a 1984 Chevrolet, and that's me as a kid right there in the back.
A couple things about this picture. Here's the truck, 1984 Chevrolet half-ton four-wheel drive short cab. Here's me. This picture was 30 years ago. Here's my brother, my dad's friend, of course the dogs, and my dad. The other cool thing is I am the exact age now that my dad was in this picture.
I'm gonna put the camper shell on it, I'm gonna do everything. Well, you can't just go pick up a single cab four-wheel drive, short bed, like they don't exist. So about 6 months ago, ordered it, just got the call, it hit the ground at the dealership. My goal is to recreate that and see if I can get my daughter to have that as her first vehicle. She says no, my wife says no. I think that I can make this thing look cool, because right now it's just flat ugly, and she will want to drive it from the attention that it gets her. Stay tuned. So I'm heading up to the dealership now for Project Jimmy, we'll call it. This is going to be a full-size SUV, like the K5 Jimmy used to be. The salesperson sent pictures, really just a nasty, ugly-looking truck. You can't get a high-class looking truck in a single cab. So heading up, we're going to take a look at this thing for the first time, figure out what our method is and what we need to attack to make this thing look awesome. Stay tuned. Here's the red truck, came in single cab, pretty ugly as you can see. Not much to work with here, but we're gonna make this thing cool. Just hit the ground. Really, really ugly truck. We've got a job on our hands here. This is Project K5 Jimmy. This is the truck. I'm gonna recreate my dad's old truck. He had a half-ton 4x4 Chevrolet with a white stripe, and so I had to special order this one. We don't make a lot of these. Now I've got to try to make this one look like an old school Blazer. When you order these, they don't come with all the creature comforts, but we can make this cool. Gonna be honest, first impressions of the truck, we've got a lot of work to do. Not real sure what to do with the black strips on the camper shell. The bumpers aren't gonna work. Having a little bit of buyer's remorse on this one because it's gonna take some research, and I haven't done a 1500 GMC before. Either way, looks like we're gonna do it, so here we go. I'm gonna walk through some of the changes we're gonna have to do. Number one, this grill's not gonna work. So I need to look, may paint this all gray, may bring the white through. I've got to bring a white stripe down the side of this thing. Of course, we're gonna lift this dude up. We're gonna put some 22-inch wheels. I'm gonna paint those white to match the old school. This looks like Dumbo. This is the biggest set of ears I've ever seen on a truck before. Not sure my options on that, but we're gonna have to look through that. That's not gonna work either. I don't know if I paint match that or get a better trim level, but that's ugly. Remember, this is gonna sit 3 to 4 inches higher. It's gonna give it a better stance. We're gonna get a white camper shell here. That's gonna give it the old Jimmy look. One question I don't know, is this bed too long and it's not gonna look right? I'm hoping it's gonna be fine. This is the short bed. The other ones are longer. Gotta figure out how to carry the white back through here. We gotta paint match these bumpers red and then figure out where to come white through here. Once again, hope this black doesn't mess us up because we need a white camper shell. And then I'll probably finish off the interior with some leather. This comes up. Spot for the wifey, even if nobody's sitting there. There it is. We've got step 2 complete on our K5 build. This is the wheels, tires, and lift. Now this changed the stance to exactly what we want. Let's go take a closer look at this. So we did a 3.5-inch zone lift, essentially a level kit with some different control arms and shocks on the back. Did a 22-inch wheel with 33-inch tires. No rubbing at all. We could probably go to a 35-inch tire if we wanted to, but we'll see how this looks. We've got a pretty good stance already. Here you can see the control arms and the actual spacer there that gets us 3.5 inches higher. This automatically made our fenders look a whole lot better. Then in the back, place the shocks so we don't overextend them, kicking up 3.5 inches. We've just got a whole lot better stance here. This is the most dramatic change that you can get on the truck. You didn't do this, it still looked pretty ugly in my opinion. This gives us the stance that we were looking for. 3.5-inch zone lift. 22-inch wheels, 33-inch tires, looking good. Here we go. Got the truck back. Let's take a look. So you can see we painted the bumper red. We powder coated the wheels white. Took off the big tow mirrors, painted the back bumper red. Of course, you've seen the wrap. Thought the bumpers turned out amazing. Thought the mirrors turned out amazing. And I think the wheels are absolutely hideous. So, sometimes this happens. You think you've got a good idea and you just didn't see it through. Carry the white through, turned out well. So plan B. Had to think about this for a second here. This is not the look I was going for. It's a little too modern looking, and the whole point of this was to get that old school K5 look. So we will have that camper shell up here at some point, right? Gonna take these off, I'm gonna sell those. I think I'm gonna go with some 17s with a 35-inch. That way it gives it a lot more tire wall and a lot less wheel, and then takes away some of this white. I think we've overdone the white on this project. So anyway, lesson learned. We'll get this figured out. We'll get it looking better. It's already looking better, but we'll change the look here. Update on the K5. Let's take a look. So we're in our last stages. Blacked out the grill, got the white. Changed the wheels, went the old school K5 route, put 35s on it. We had to trim it up because it was rubbing quite a bit. Changed the emblems, added a K5, like 87, 88 pinstripe on it. I think it did pretty well. We are about to drop this thing off to get the camper shell put on. That's really gonna make it have that K5 Blazer appearance. Took a pretty big step here in a good way. All we have left is the topper and the interior. 35-inch wheels, see the emblem, pinstripe. There it is. Stay tuned. Here's our finished product. I don't know if y'all remember this story or not. Let me refresh you on the story. My dad had an 84 1500. He put a camper shell on and it looked just like a Blazer. So now that my daughter was turning 15 and started driving, I wanted to recreate that for her. So I had to special order a half-ton GMC and make it look old school. I wanted it to look like an 89, just because of the body shape. Added the stripe, fixed the grill, wheels, tires, lift, interior, camper shell. Let me show you this camper shell. I think it turned out good. We'll see how this works for her. And here we go with the Lear camper shell. You've got an inserted bed rug in the back of this truck. So this is not a true Blazer that has seats in the back. You can carry 3, of course. Console flips up, but you can carry a lot of stuff here in the back. So in one way, better than the Blazer because you can carry more as long as you don't need more than 3 people. And I haven't yet, but I'm gonna talk my wife into sitting in the middle seat while I'm driving.